You bought the iPhone, you paid off the Tesla, you subscribed to Spotify, Netflix, and even your fridge. So, why does everything still feel borrowed? You own the product until a screen tells you otherwise. One update, one missed payment, one account deactivation, and it's gone. Features get locked, access gets revoked, and it's like your stuff has a landlord now. So here's the real question. If buying isn't owning, maybe they own you. Once upon a time, when you paid for something, you actually owned it. You bought a book and it sat on your shelf. You bought a car and it was yours until the wheels fell off. Simple, right? Now, you didn't buy the thing. You only bought permission to use the thing. Did you buy a $20 movie on Amazon? You don't own it. You licensed it. And if Amazon loses the rights, it disappears from your library like it was never there. You buy a Tesla, and then you miss the software payment once. Your autopilot feature gets turned off, not recalled, just disabled, remotely. And on Spotify, you've been downloading playlists for years. But now you close your account. Your music, your history, your entire digital vibe, gone. You never owned it. You just rented access, even your Kindle books. Amazon can literally remove them from your device while you sleep. They've done it. Yes, to Orwell's 1984, which is either ironic or terrifying, probably both. We've entered the era where access does not equal ownership. And the wild part? We agreed to it. And speaking of ownership, if you've made it this far, consider hitting that like button. It doesn't cost monthly, we swear. Subscribing? That's the only subscription in your life that might actually pay off. And hey, drop a comment if you've ever had something vanish from your account like a ghosted Tinder date. We're building a support group down there. Every time we click buy now, subscribe, or I agree to terms we never read, we're trading control for convenience. You don't own the song. You stream it. You don't own the game. You license it. You don't own the car features. You unlock them monthly. In today's economy, owning something often just means you're renting it until further notice. And the second you stop paying, it's like you never had it. Ownership used to mean control. Now it just means you have access until the algorithm says otherwise. So the next time you buy something, ask yourself, do I own this? Or is it just on loan with a subscription receipt? Welcome to the subscription economy, where nothing is owned and everything comes with a monthly fee. Used to be, you'd buy something once and be done with it. You paid for Photoshop and it was yours. You bought a car and heated seats were included because, you bought the car. And in your printer, the ink was a one-time trip to Office Depot. Not anymore. Now, Adobe, monthly. Tesla subscription, monthly. Printer ink, somehow also monthly. Even your toothbrush can now come with a subscription. That's not a joke. There are smart toothbrushes that won't sync with the app unless you're activated. Your toothbrush has a billing cycle now. Why? Because companies figured out the golden truth of modern capitalism. One-time sales are cute, but subscriptions? That's forever money. Why sell you a $50 software license once when they can charge you $19 to $99 every month for the rest of your life? Why include car features when they can lock them behind a paywall and milk you in perpetuity? It's not about innovation, it's about income. Predictable, recurring income. The kind Wall Street loves. A corporate boardroom full of execs is cheering over a chart that says monthly recurring revenue, while consumers scroll through bank statements with 20+ tiny charges bleeding their wallets dry. Netflix, Spotify, Hulu, Disney+, Dropbox, Peloton, Kindle Unlimited. The cloud for your cloud, and even the app that helps you track your other subscriptions. Trust me, it never ends. And these aren't purchases, these are slow leaks. Individually, they seem small, but together, they stack up. You're not spending $12.99 here and $7.99 there. You are spending hundreds of dollars every month just to maintain digital access to the things you already use. You're not buying products anymore. You're financing your own dependence, and that's exactly what they want. Let's hit you with the irony bomb. People are paying $800 to $1,000 a month, yes, every single month, on subscriptions. But somehow, they still can't build savings, still living paycheck to paycheck, still Googling how to get rich without trying. This is why you are stuck, because your budget isn't leaking, it's hemorrhaging. $14.99 for Netflix, $12.99 for Spotify, $69.99 for a gym you forgot you signed up for. $25 for a meditation app that now stresses you out. Adobe, Dropbox, Xbox, DoorDash Pass. That weird VPN subscription from 2021? One or two sounds manageable, but altogether, you are in budget death by 1,000 little cuts. It's like trying to fill a bathtub with a garden hose while the drain is still wide open. money comes in, sure, but it flows out just as fast and quietly. No big purchases, no red alerts, just $7.99 here and $12.99 there until your bank account is running on fumes. And here's the worst part. None of this builds wealth. Not one of these subscriptions adds value to your net worth. You are not investing. You are not owning assets. You are just renting convenience. Subscriptions make you feel like you are optimizing your life, like you are living smarter and more modern. But in reality, you are stuck on a financial treadmill, paying for the appearance of access, comfort, and lifestyle without owning a single brick of it. You can't build savings when everything you own comes with an expiration date and a monthly invoice. And no, this isn't about giving up every joy in life. It's about realizing that most of what you think is essential is actually just invisible clutter bleeding you dry. And if you want financial freedom, close the drain at your earliest. Because until you stop subscribing to everything, you will never have anything that's truly yours, and your bank account will keep disappearing faster than your favorite show on Netflix. Here's where the plot twists. The wealthy play a different game. While most people pay monthly to access stuff, they own the source. You stream songs on Spotify, and they own the music rights. You pay rent every month, and they own the building. You are binge-watching Netflix, they own shares in the content studio that made the show and get paid whether you watch the show or not. And that's the real difference. They don't just use the tool, they own the factory. Take Taylor Swift, for example. When she got tired of others owning her music, she re-recorded all her masters. Now every time someone streams her songs, she gets paid. That's not just artistic control, that is ownership income. While you are out here paying $11.99 a month to watch TV shows, someone else is earning passive income from your viewing habits. That's the real game, and most people never even see the board. Think of it like this. In the access model, you are the consumer, and you pay for the thing, use it, and lose it when the subscription ends. On the other hand, there is an ownership model, where you own the asset and someone else pays you for access. This is a win-win deal. Wealthy people invest in platforms. They buy stock in companies that collect subscription payments from the rest of us. They own the real estate that powers your Wi-Fi and the tech that runs your apps. You are paying monthly, and they are getting paid monthly. The rich don't have more hours in a day. They just own more of the systems that the rest of us rent access to. And every time you subscribe to something, remember, you're helping someone else build wealth. But the question is, why isn't that someone you? Let's break it down. You stream music, rent cloud space, and buy online courses, but they own the real asset. And that's why access stays cheap while ownership builds real wealth. Talk about streaming. You pay Netflix to license content. They don't own Stranger Things, they lease it. In 2022, about 45% of viewing time on Netflix came from licensed shows, not originals. That means every time you binge, Netflix pays a studio, not the other way around. And cloud storage? Dropbox looked like a lean startup, but behind your shared folder lies a massive data fortress. In 2016, Dropbox stopped renting server space from Amazon and built its infrastructure, called Magic Pocket, to save costs and control its future. Users pay, but Dropbox owns the hardware. And let's not forget those online courses. You pay for classes on platforms, but the platform owns the audience, the email list, and the tech. Think about Teachable or Udemy, not you. You don't own the students, you rent the access. Here's the truth, you are a consumer and you pay for access. Conversely, the owner of these websites gets paid for access. Corporate giants aren't interested in access. They're building empires. Disney spent billions acquiring franchises like Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar. So Disney Plus isn't just renting content, it owns it forever. They're raking in subscription fees while you pay again and again to earn access to what they already own. Ownership isn't about privilege, it's about positioning. You invest in the systems, structures, and platforms, and then earn from everyone else's subscriptions. So, next time, think twice before you click subscribe. So how do you escape the never-ending swirl of monthly payments that somehow became your lifestyle? Start simple. Cancel what you don't use. Seriously. If you haven't opened that language app since 2022, it's not motivational. It's a monthly donation. And no, your future fluent self isn't offended. Next, replace subscriptions with lifetime tools. Instead of paying $12 a month for a design tool, look for one-time purchases or open-source versions. There is almost always an alternative. It just doesn't come with a 5-email upsell funnel. Lastly, invest in income-producing stuff. Instead of paying for Netflix, invest in a company that makes content. Instead of buying another app subscription, buy fractional shares in the tech company behind it. Try to own the source, not just the experience. Ask yourself, if I stop paying, do I lose everything? If the answer is yes, you don't own it, you rent it. And that's okay for some things, but not everything. Do your audit, and maybe you find some recurring charges you forgot about. Cancel them all. And you can save dollars just from not auto-paying for digital dust. Subscriptions aren't the enemy, but letting them control your wallet is a trap. Start reclaiming actual ownership, one cancellation at a time. The wealthy don't just live differently, they think differently. They don't rent every tool in their life. They buy once, own often, and invest early. That's the real difference between building wealth and bleeding it. Ownership isn't about buying expensive things, it's about making sure the things you buy don't quietly own you in return. Own your time, own your money, and own your future. And hey, hit that subscribe button. We don't rent your attention, we earn it.